Antonio Riverwalk. My name's Tony. I'll be your boat captain for this 3-hour tour of the Riverwalk here. A 3-hour tour. Remember that show? Had a boatload of Russians last week. I had no idea what I was talking about, so I'm glad you guys remember Gilligan. It's kind of a Mary Ann guy growing up. Even as a youngster, I knew that Ginger was going to be high maintenance, so I kind of went to the Mary Ann side of the island here. But anyway, a couple of things if you can do me a favor. Please no running up and down the aisles, all right? No running, please. Let's keep our seats there in the tour. We do have life jackets up front. Never had to use them. We have a great safety record. Should you fall in, best thing to do is stand up. It's about 4 feet deep in most places. Just walk to the side. That's why we call it the Riverwalk here. No smoking on the boat. I'll be watching Jake here. Make sure he doesn't use those stogies I saw in the back pocket. All right, so no smoking, kid. And let's keep everything inside the blue rails. Especially them cell phones and cameras. Man, people get sad when they drop those things in the river. All right, so let's keep those inside. Again, my name's Tony. Thanks for being with us here today. I got 35 minutes to tell you stuff, so let me get going here. Got a historical tour, information, a little bit of fun. Let's start with the Artisan Theater. The Artisan Theater starts, got the 800 seats over here on the left, but we got the stage on the right. And above our stage are 5 bells. The 5 bells are in honor of the 5 Spanish missions that we have here in San Antonio. The big bell is the Alamo Bell. Maybe you've seen this stage in a movie, Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock. A lot of that was filmed here. The scene that was shot here, Miss Rhode Island was asked to describe your favorite date. And she said April 25th, because it's not too hot, not too cold, just need a light jacket. That was filmed right there. So the next time you watch Miss Congeniality, and you can't miss it, it's on TBS every other night. Look for the boats. We're in there. Going to star in movie. Very proud of that. Now, this part of the Riverwalk, I'm thinking that Robert Hugman, the architect, was thinking that this is what he was looking for. This is a city park-like atmosphere here. Robert Hugman is the designer. 1929, he designed the Riverwalk, came up with the idea for the sidewalks, brickwork, stairways, waterfalls. So we call Robert Hugman the father of the Riverwalk. Now, this was all installed, though, by the WPA. That was 10 years later, 1939 to 1941. You're not going to believe the price tag, folks. $430,000. That's all it cost. That's a Kobe Bryant paycheck, folks. That is nothing. That is nothing. We got a good deal. Over here on the left, on the other side of this small auditorium, it's a little shopping area. It's called La Villita. La Villita. It's old homes that were built by the German, Czech, and Polish settlers back in the 1850s. They've turned the old homes into art galleries, arts and craft shops, curio shops. Ladies, you're going to love the shopping up there. Guys, make sure you have Angry Birds on the BlackBerry. It will take a while. It will take a while. Get that newspaper out. All right, over here on the right, we have the Marriage Island. Marriage Island that's got Father Massenet's table, the sculpture there. I'll tell you about that a little bit later as far as Father Massenet is concerned. But Marriage Island is really cool. It's in the shape of a heart. And I saw 2 weddings yesterday. Very great, big tradition here in San Antonio to get married at Marriage Island. And it was a fun time for the marriage. 2007, there were 389 marriages performed there. 92%. 5 years later, we're still together. Hey, that's pretty good numbers right there. Old Mill Crossing. Back in the 1800s, settlers had to look for places to cross that were very shallow, because we didn't have bridges back then, so they crossed here very frequently. Had an old grist mill owned by Nat Lewis here that would grind down the wheat that people would bring to them.
Yeah.
And so the water was real shallow. Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders of Pancho Villa would cross here at Old Mill Crossing. Right there in front of us, that red sandstone building, that is the Bexar County Courthouse. Built in 1896, oldest continuing courthouse in Texas. Got some Cowboys fans here, I see. We got a Cowboy fan. Any other Cowboys fans? You guys like the Cowboys? They were here a couple of years ago at summertime. They were here for training camp. And Jerry Jones, the owner, had to rent out all of these hotel rooms for his players and staff. Spent a bundle. A couple of the guys, I guess, wanted to save him a few dollars. So they spent a few nights at the Bexar County Courthouse. So I thought that was very thoughtful. Very nice of them. Yeah, very considerate. All right, over here on the left, this is my favorite building on the tour. This is the Tower Life Building. 1929, Adley Ayres, the architect, opens it up. It is the tallest building west of the Mississippi River. Look at the neo-Gothic architecture here on the second floor. You see those faces there. They're called grotesques in the art world. Look at how they're matched up here. You got woman is happy, man is sad. Man is happy, woman is sad. What's up with that? Never match up. Over here on the right, this is the Homeward Suites by Hilton. It's a great hotel that was built out of a warehouse. Rather than rip down the old San Antonio Drug Company warehouse, the Hilton folks went in there and they renovated it. That's what we like to do here in San Antonio when we can. Renovate our old buildings rather than destroy them. All right, now we're not done with the Tower Light building. Look back over my left shoulder here and check out the gargoyles at the top. The gargoyles are hollow, so they act like water spouts, and that's how we get the water off the building during rainstorms. Had a guy from France on the boat recently, and he told me that the word gargoyle is a French word, and it means drain. That's what they're for. I thought they were just here for scaring children or something. I don't know. They look kind of creepy to me. But if you look at the building, you see how it looks like a ship? Can you see how it looks like a ship? If you listen, you can actually hear the foghorn of that building. That is amazing timing, Cole. How did he do that? I don't know. He's just really talented. All right, now this is floodgate number 4. We don't want to have any flooding downtown, obviously. We don't want to have any water get above the sidewalk. So floodgate 4 is below us. Comes up like a drawbridge and it seals off the river here, just in case we have like 2 or 3 days of rain. Doesn't happen very often, but if it's there, we will have that kind of protection on the Riverwalk. That's plan A. Plan B, always going to have a plan B. Plan B's down here about 200 yards downstream. That is floodgate number 5. You get the motion sickness bags? Did you bring those with you? Man, what a choppy water here. Floodgate 5, if the water is just pouring in here during a rainstorm, then the city can lower floodgate 5 and release more water. So it always levels off the river very nicely. Now in 1921, unfortunately, had a bad flood. Floodwaters were 12 feet above street level. And if you look over here on the right, I'll give you a visual on that. This is the International Center. It has the trade offices of Mexico, the United States, and Canada. And if you look at the big windows, at the bottom of the windows, that's about 12 feet. So that's how high the water got during that flood. Horrible flood, 1921. Over 50 people were killed, millions of dollars of damage done. So what the city says we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the horseshoe. Now, what does that mean? Take a look up here. I have a high-tech visual aid. My right hand. The river is in the shape of a horseshoe downtown. We get on the boat at the top of the horseshoe. We just came out of floodgate 4. We're going to go in floodgate 3. So the river, the city says after the bad flood, we're going to connect the tips of the horseshoe with this flood channel. We're going to dig this out. This is dirt. Okay, the streets. These are just normal streets. There are no bridges here. This is normal business. Businesses, homes were here. We got to dig this out. Take the dirt out of here, and guess what we're going to do with that dirt? We're going to fill in the horseshoes. That was the plan. But in 1924, Emily Edwards and Rena Maverick Green said, let's dig this out but not fill it in. They formed the Conservation Society. So in 1927, that's what the city did, and as a result, we have our Riverwalk today. So I give those gals a lot of credit. Over here on the left, this is Main Plaza. It's a great city park downtown. If you look at the back, it's kind of hard to see through the trees, but that's San Fernando Cathedral. San Fernando has been there since 1731. That is the oldest cathedral in the United States. Now, Emily Edwards, I mentioned Emily Edwards. She was the one of the gals that kind of spurred saving the river. All of our boats are named after prominent Texas women, and guess what? You guys are riding on the boat named after Emily Edwards today. All right, they're right there in front of us, the tallest and oldest tree on the Riverwalk. It's a bald cypress tree. It's 9 stories tall. It's over 350 years old. 350 years, folks. Think about that for a second. That's just after the Pilgrims landed. That's how old that tree is. I think it's an absolutely amazing tree. It splits. I'm going to turn the boat here to the left. You're going to see about 8 feet up. It splits into 2 big trunks. I have no idea where the root ball in this thing is. I mean, where the heck does that thing go? It's got to go like miles underground. It's a bald cypress tree. It loses its needles. You can see where the needles are turning brown. They're going to fall off. They'll grow back in the spring. And so even though it doesn't have leaves, it is still classified as a deciduous tree, which makes it kind of unique. Now, you see that sidewalk over there. Big whoop. Tony got a sidewalk. Well, it is a big whoop if you don't like doing the stairs. It used to be just a solid wall here, but the Drury Plaza Hotel, the yellow exterior hotel here, they built that for the city. $900,000 gift, and now you can stay on river level without having to go up and down the stairs all the time. So if you have like strollers and someone in a wheelchair, that's a real blessing. Floodgate number 3. This one comes down from the top like a garage door, and it seals off the river. What in the world are these paper bags, Tony? A lot of sandwiches out here, huh? No. This is the Luminarias. Luminarias, it's a great Latin American tradition. They put candles in it and they light them up at night, and they lead the way for Mary and Joseph to find a place to stay for the Christ child. That's the tradition here in San Antonio. I think it's pretty cool. It's a big tradition also in New Mexico. Over here on the left, this is the Drury Inn Suites right now, but it used to be the City Public Service building where folks paid their light bills downtown. Now, I know this is going to come as a shock to some of us, but there was actually a time in our history when we would venture forth from our homes to pay our bills. Yeah. When we come to a building like this, make eye contact with another human being, maybe even have a conversation with somebody. I know that sounds totally like a lot of space, but that's the way we used to roll, man. We paid with cash, what we used to call a personal check. Yeah, that's what we did. Now what do? We sit at home in front of the computer in our underwear, press a button, and bam, a Christmas miracle happens. Everybody gets paid. It's amazing. I like the old way better. Over here on the right, the Aztec Theater, 1926. They showed silent movies there, but they continue to show silent movies there till the 80s. It's a Mayan-themed theater. You can see the Mayan princess there. It's kind of funny. I was doing a charter with a bunch of first graders on a field trip. They were they were just really enthralled with my stories about flood control, right? Not. So one of them jumps up, sees that Mayan prince head there, points at it and goes, "Look, Lady Gaga!" The first grader. Couldn't believe it. Over here on the right, Macara Hotel and Spa. It's the white building here, white brick building. Now, in that spot, there was the old L. Frank Saddle Company. They made horse saddles for the U.S. Army, the British Army, Pancho Villa, Teddy Roosevelt, and the Rough Riders. They went out of business, though, in 1923 because people started driving cars.
Jake with Global Waterfall.
They ride horses is fine.
Right there.
Over here on the left, we have the La Mansion, the Mansion of the River. Anybody staying at the Mansion? It's a great hotel. 1853. This building goes back to 1853 when they built it as St. Mary's School for Boys. It eventually became the law school, and they turned it into the hotel in 1968. Yeah, next year is my 40th anniversary with my wife, and so I'm thinking, it's a little special. Come over here, La Mansion, take one of these river rooms. Yeah, it's going to be real romantic. She'll stay out on the balcony reading her Kindle, and I'll be watching ESPN on the big screen inside. So it's really great. It'll be a great time. That's how we roll, baby. All right, coming off from underneath the bridge here, take a look to my left. You'll see a really cool optical illusion. It looks like a freestanding wall. Look at that, a freestanding wall on the Riverwalk. Left it out right there. I can see you guys are totally underwhelmed with that. That is the Nix Hospital building. It was built in 1930, and Carol Burnett was born there. Y'all know Carol Burnett? Funny lady. 79 years old this year. She just did a show in San Antonio back in April. Still going strong. Oliver North was born there. And a guy named Tim, he was on my boat about a month ago, so he was born there.
Josh, look, it's a hot dog. Harley Davidson, Ben Jerry's.
This is the nightclub area. Now it's closed today.
Right up there, ice cream.
Closed today, but you can come on back tomorrow night, pump up the jam.
Yeah.
At the nightclub, they open up about 8:30. Now this is my own personal opinion, okay? I have no way to prove it, but I do think it's true. Here in the nightclub area is where I think most people fall in the river. Yeah. They get lit up like a Christmas tree in the nightclub, and before you know it, they are sucking down river water big time. Yeah. Natural progression of the evening. Over here on the left, we have the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Anybody at the Hyatt? Okay, so what do you guys like? Living in a van down by the river. Chris Farley mentioned on my tour here, one of my favorites from Saturday Night Live. The Hyatt was supposed to be much taller. They found out when they were building it back in the 80s that if they built it higher than 16 floors, it was going to cast a shadow on the Alamo at sundown. Can't do that. Can't put a shadow in the Alamo in Texas. So they stopped building the Hyatt at 16 floors. Best way to get to the Alamo, right through the lobby of the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Picture right there, just on the other side of the hotel. Beautiful waterfalls, canals along the way. It's mighty pretty. Great way to go to the Alamo from the Riverwalk. Over here on the right, we have the Casino Club building. 1927, it was the German Social Club. They have apartments on top. Very famous author lived there. You may remember the name Alex Haley. He wrote the book Roots. Lived right here on the Riverwalk for 3 years back in the 80s. Alex Haley. Okay, this is Old Tony's favorite spot on the tour, River Square. A lot of our restaurants are located here. Well, look at Old Tony. You can tell I haven't missed too many dinner bells in my life. I enjoy good food. I have more chins than the San Francisco phone book. It's an old Carson line. It's a good one. What's a phone book, Tony? Yeah. We got little kids here that'll never open a phone book in their entire lives right there. What is this thing, Mommy? A phone book. We have great food here. We have Mexican, Italian, Mexican seafood, Mexican barbecue, Mexican American, Mexican German. I mentioned Mexican food? Ooh, it's good. It's good. Used to teach high school here in San Antonio. Shocked my students when I told them I didn't have my first taco till I was 20 years old. Not on the menu in Massachusetts growing up in the 60s. Just didn't need them back then. More than made up for it over the years. Over here on the right, the Clifford Building. You can see the name Robert Hugman on the facing there on the balcony, R.H.H. Hugman. Mr. Hugman put his office here in 1941. Wanted to show people that this was the place to do business here on the Riverwalk. Yeah, I love my Mexican food now, especially now that I eat my tamales without the wrappers. Nobody told the Boston boy you're not supposed to eat them wrapper things on the tamales in the restaurant there. I was trying to saw my way through those things. They had food all over the table and on the floor. People were laughing at me. Not a good moment. First restaurant on the river, Casa Rio, 1946. First to offer sidewalk dining here. Look, the ducks are hanging out here on the river. There was this guy drinking margaritas here the other day. He was telling me he was on his 5th margarita. And he said that the ducks were starting to talk to him. He said the one duck looked him right in the eye, said, "Order me some nachos." So he looks at the duck and he says, "How are you going to pay for that?" And the duck said, "Just put it on my bill." Yeah. I know that's a bad one. Don't be throwing things at me. Don't be throwing things. You throw things at me, I'll just have the duck. Mac, mac, mac. Tony, get back on the tour, please. I have nothing. I don't know what the heck this is. I guess it's a rummage sale. They do this about quarterly. The biggest thing that I like to point out about the rummage sale here is that it takes away a lot of the sidewalk space. So if you got little ones, be extra careful, all right? Be careful. Not too bad now. It's not that many folks out right now. But later on, there'll be a ton of people out here, so be careful when you're walking around. Mentioned I was from Boston. I used to park my barge up north on the river up there.
What?
Absolutely love living in San Antonio. Been here since 1985, so I kind of feel like a born-again Texan. Love it, love it. My brother's a dope. He calls me up at Christmas time. This is Christmas weather, typical Christmas weather for San Antonio. And he asked a dumb question. He goes, "So Anthony, what's the weather? What's the weather like down there?" I say, "Letting you know with the wind chill, I'm thinking 65. It's pretty nice." He goes, "Like it's 40. 40 below up here. Wicked cold, wicked cold." So I keep telling him to come on down. That's all I'm doing. If you'd like more information, please check us out online.
Jesse, look at the waterfall.
ChamberofCommerce.org. Beautiful waterfall over here on the right. Notice how it bubbles up the water as it goes over the rocks there. Hold that thought for just a moment. I want to connect this beautiful waterfall with one of my favorite movies, Finding Nemo. Have you seen Finding Nemo? My favorite part of Finding Nemo is when the two pelicans are on top of the water and the air bubbles come up and the one goes, "Nice." But at the end of Finding Nemo, the fish are in the tank of the dentist's office. They're trying to escape, but the girl with the silver teeth is trying to kill them, right? So they cut the air supply off.